Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Inspire Others, a place where you get inspired and empowers you to inspire others. Welcome again. It's been a long time, eh? But Inspire Others is still there where where you left it, and we are still continuing, still championing on as what our message is always about. Our message is about inspire others, a place where you get inspired and also empowers you to inspire others. We are still continuing on. We're still championing. We're still championing on. You know, still going on as a soldier. In battle, you still have to go forward. But it's been a while. But we are still back. We're still here. We're still wanting to encourage you about different things that you're going through. We're still looking forward to a new year coming up, and we're just still going. We want to go further than where we were last time. We want to continue further. So this is what our message is all about: inspire others, a place where you get inspired and also empowers you to inspire others. Today I have a message which I wanted to share, and I just want to use a pro first. This is what I'm talking about: time. We all know what time is. No need for explanation, but what does time mean? What's the essence of time? And what's the meaning or the interpretation of time? I'll share a few quotes, by the way. This message is inspired by Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors. Um, and it also comes from, and we're also going to take some motivation from the Bible. So the verse I'm going to share, it's Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15 up to 17. It says, "Look careful then how you walk, not as unwise but as wise." Careful. "Make the best use of the time because the days are evil." Second point. "Therefore do not be foolish, but understand that the will of the Lord is." You've got to understand what the will of the Lord is. Another quote a quote that Denzel Washington said was, "Without commitment, you will never start. And without consistency, you will never finish." I'll repeat that again. Without commitment, you will never start. And without consistency, you will never finish. Two things: commitment and consistency. How can these two major impacts, affect you in how you choose to do something? If you're not committed about something, there's no way you're going to actually do it. For example, inspire others. There was no way we were going to start inspire others, or I was about to start inspire others without me having a commitment about motivating people, about using platform that I have, you know, to and maybe a voice that I have to be able to inspire others who are out there in the world. And with that commitment, I couldn't have done that. That's the same way. Now, with consistency, you have to be consistent throughout the time. No matter what goes on, no matter whether it's during COVID or no matter whether it's during school, you still are committed. You still have the same consistency of delivering what you are doing. This goes out into the workplace in terms of sports. There's no way you can start lifting up, let's say, 100 kilos. If you just wake up one day and say, I'm going to lift up 50 kilograms, just waking up and start doing this. It's called progressive overload. Understand? You start from the lowest weights, maybe lifting up 2 kilograms, to one day, lifting up 50 kilograms on each side. And this is the same way in life. There's no way you can just wake up one day and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and do it for one time and say, you know what, I'll move on. You have to have consistency and you have to be committed. That consistency is only built if you have a desire, if you have a commitment, if you're committed to something. We see this in different things. People choose to do sometimes certain things because they saw someone else doing it, but they do not actually have that commitment of doing it. They just want to do it for the sake of doing it. And that's what Inspire Others is talking to you about. Don't just do something for the sake of doing it, but do it if you're going to be committed to it, if you have an attraction to it, and if you're going to build a consistency with whatever you do. And the reason why I brought up the watch, the clock, the watch, is that time is something that is very significant. It's, of course, tells us what time it is so that we know what time to go to bed, what time to go to work, what time to do certain things, what time to attend events. But it's also something that pushes us to do things quicker, to do things at a certain pace. And this is important in talking about consistency and commitments, because this is one of the major factors that pushes us into achieving our goals. When we see that, oh, I'm already 40 years old, or I'm already 50 years old, then we start thinking of certain things. This at a certain age where I have some of my friends, they told me that at a certain age, you start having different ideas. Oh, what can I do? What can I do in this area? But when you just choose to lie down and take everything as it is, you're really not going to make an impact. So you have to be committed in whatever you do. You have to have that commitment and develop that consistency. Otherwise, you find yourself 10 years down the track, you're still doing the same thing that you were doing, but it's not to the level that you want to do it. So in whatever you do, make sure that you are consistent and you're also committed, because this is what is going to help you to move forward. And I was told once, I was asked, Glory, inspire others. Is it a message of sort of a prosperity message where you are just encouraging people, do this and you shall be blessed, do this and you should do this and this? Our message is not focused on, or let's say, on telling people to just be successful, invest in this and this. Our message, Inspire Others, is giving you motivation, is giving you ideas of how you can achieve your goals. Now, we at Inspire Others, we believe that for you to be able to achieve your goals, and your spiritual health has to be first intact, has to be in sound health. Your mental health has to be intact, and also your physical health. These are the three main pillars that we use in Inspire Others, and these are the main things that we focus on. When we tell you about being having consistency, and that's why I use the Bible verse, we're telling you to also have consistency in your spiritual life. Don't just have consistency in what you do, but also develop consistency in whatever you do in your spiritual life. You can't get to a sound mental states or a sound position if your mental health is somewhere else and your spiritual health is somewhere else, and you're just only focused on your physical health. It's not gonna work. You have to have these three things. They have to work together. But first start with your spiritual health, because that's the most important thing, and then you go into your mental health. Well, these mental and physical, they're sort of things that go together. So, but always start with your spiritual health, and make sure that you develop a statement or an atmosphere where you are committed, where you have people who are going to push you further to be committed in your craft, in whatever you do. And make sure that you develop that characteristic where it becomes second nature to know, this is when I'm doing this. You have that consistency, at least, where at this time I'm meant to be doing this, at this time I'm meant to be doing this. And that's how you're going to for sure achieve your goals. It's having commitment and also having consistency. Another thing that I want to share in this message is these books that are behind me. You see all of them. You can search them up on Google. You can find them on Audible. And these are incredible books. They also talk about what does it mean to have consistency, and what does it mean to have that commitments, developing that commitments in what you do. And they talk, of course, they talk on a different basis. One, I don't want to spoil the story for you, but Depending on which one you're reading, it will tell you different things which relate to time, and it will make sure that help you to understand what's the significance of time and what does it mean to be committed and what does it mean to be consistent. So make sure you go and check out these books. I really wanted to post this message to really remind you about consistency and commitment. These two things have to always go together in whatever you do, whether you are planning to do whatever with your career or with your personal life. You have to always remember that consistency is always the number one. Commitment is always the number one. And then after you've already developed your commitments, and then you go to your consistency, and this is what is going to allow you to be able to build further on. So our message is always about inspiring you. If you really feel like you want to share this message with anyone, man, go for it and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. So don't forget this, that without commitment, you can never start. And without consistency, you will never finish. Thank you very much for listening to Inspire Others, and peace. Welcome to Inspire Others, a place where you get inspired and also empowers you to inspire others. This is our message, and this is what we live for, and this is what we always fight for. And this is our message. Inspire Others is a place where you get inspired and also empowers you to inspire others. So make sure you check our videos out. Make sure you subscribe, you like us on Facebook, and also you like us on Instagram. Make sure you always don't forget to comment on our messages on this video. In fact, make sure you comment and just let us know about what you think of our videos. Thank you very much. Peace.